International Conference on Business and Economic Development that is co-hosted by Center for Business and Economic Research and the Medgar Rivers College, City University of New York. Very good morning, very good afternoon, very good evening, maybe somewhere in midnight. All the best wishes to this conference. Thank you, Chris. To start, the Center for Business and Economic Research always recognizes the importance of the individual and the value to be gained by knowledge sharing and heuristic learning. While we all understand what we are passing now, a serious pandemic, and the situation still very fluid, exceptionally fluid throughout the world, and this is why we could not organize this conference in New York. This conference has been organized for the last 10 years in New York. But since last year, because of this pandemic, we moved to physical conference to virtual conference. And of course, thanks to the Zoom and all this technological advancement. Despite the situation, we always felt that this is very important for the researchers, for the academics, for the doctoral students to mingle together virtually, to share their thoughts and research output. And hence, we have considered that this is the conference and platform which will bring some of the thoughtful discussions, stimulating discussions, and will create a special opportunities for the researcher to share their research output. At this stage, may I take the opportunity to thank Dr. Joan Roll, the Dean, Business School, Medgar Rivers College, for her unconditional and encouraging support to organize this conference virtually. We understand that this virtual conference not to be the complete, well-loved, or exciting as face-to-face conference we're always having. This is still an excellent opportunity for all of us to gather, collaborate, and share intellectual insight. For the past 8-9 months, it has been a journey of inspirations in planning, designing, organizing, executing back and forth communications between CBR and Medgar, and various tasks associated with this conference that is jointly organized. And very thankful to our colleagues at Center for Business and Economic Research and also Medgar Rivers College. We thank at this stage to all our committee members, track chairs, reviewers, especially you in making this conference a success. I want to convey my warmest gratitude again to Dr. Joan Roll for her support and close cooperations to jointly host this conference. We have been hosting this conference jointly since 2017. It's already 5 years. And I'm sure that next year in same time, the conference will be organized again jointly, but not virtually. That will be organized physically in New York, as we have been doing this at JFK Crown Plaza Hotel. It's just happening always. It's a nice place. So we are joining that time in June time next year in New York. No conference of this significance in that sense, you can see for the last several months, we have received a number of submissions. And all these submissions had to go through the double-blind review process, scrutinizing, then accepting, and back and forth communications. And we've all been fortunate to have encountered tremendous professionalism in those who have helped put this event together. I want to express my gratitude to Raquel Burnett from Medgar, Professor Veronica, Professor Myers from Medgar Rivers College side, and Dr. Bonia, Professor Chris Bellamy, Suchitra Polar, Sujata Mukta, and of course, Professor David Graves and Mark T. Jones, who cannot be with us at the moment, especially Mark and David Graves, some of you already know who have been attending our conferences. Mark Thomas Jones never missed a single conference for the last 10 years, whether it is in the UK, whether it is in India, Egypt, or Boston, New York, or Las Vegas, Rome, France, everywhere he was with us. But unfortunately, this time he could not be with us because of his ill health and hospitalization. And we wish his speedy recovery. And I'm sure that will be looking forward to meeting him again. This year, even though it was very pandemic situations, I'm so pleased to convey that we have received altogether 114 submissions, including full text and abstracts. However, 82 papers were accepted after completing the review process. Finally, over 60 papers were registered for this conference for the oral and video presentations. It is an honor for all of us at the Medgar Rivers College and Center for Business and Economic Research to have with us distinguished Professor MS L. Namaki, who is School of Management, Switzerland, Wendell Dave Dorowich, Chief Financial Officer, International Business, Japan, Deepak Mane, Tata Consultancy Services, Sydney, Australia, Larry Yuan, Managing Partner and Chief Operating Officer of BNC International USA, Niarok, Vice President, Bank United in USA, Professor Sholil Shen, Urbanization Consultant, Visiting Professor, Management Development Institute of Singapore, Professor Chris Bellamy, which already started here, Professor Emeritus of Maritime Security at the University of Greenwich, Dr. Deepraj Mukherjee, Kent State University, USA, Joan Roll, Dean Business School, Medgar Rivers College, City University of New York, Professor Zulfikar Ahmed, Haley College of Commerce, University of Punjab in Pakistan, Dr. Selva Pankaj, CU Region Group, UK. We are also pleased to convey that Dr. Patricia Ramsey, the President, Medgar Rivers College, City University of New York, will be joining with us tomorrow afternoon session just to say hello and convey her welcome message. We firmly believe that the conference will help us significantly in our pursuit of research scholarship and support our future career development. We have complete confidence, all delegates will have a very palpable, successful and stimulating conference and productive time in which a lot will be learned and a lot will be shared. This conference is a fitting reminder of the need to be outward looking, to become more agile, to become more dynamic, of the value of benchmarking and the paramount importance of putting research into public domain. As we understand that the researchers are only who doesn't want to speculate. They're the truth seekers trying to find out the root of the causes. And the problems are vital for anyone seeking or carrying out research. And this is why we're trying to find out the new opportunities, new investigation, new analysis, and the new way of thinking and bringing and contributing to the body of knowledge. All connected with Center for Business and Economic Research are grateful for your trust and willingness to place your research into the public domain at such an event. It is always a joy to welcome back old friends of the center and meet new participants eager to engage positively and purposefully. It is our particular pleasure to note that several international observers have decided to join us for this conference. Our earnest wish that all participants will feel fully engaged, ready to ask, search, yet constructive questions and eager to learn. I want to thank to all of you, the speakers, the track chairs, participants, observers, doctoral students who joined with us to this August auspicious event, the International Conference of Business and Economic Development that is running for 10th year. And my special gratitude and sincere thanks to host and everyone. I wish you a successful, productive, and enjoyable conference. I wish that you will enjoy for the next 3 days. Again, thank you for joining with us. Thank you so much.